Alright, so in this video I have made a wooden plow because I needed one because it was supposed to snow a bunch and I had yet to successfully find a real plow. You can see like a little Harbor Freight clamp holding on there and a crappy racket strap, and I made it out of some scrap wood. That 12 by 2 I had to go buy, it was 20 bucks, and so I just made a simple wedge plow. My only real mistake was that I didn't make it float on the end of the bucket. That is, I give it a little bit of play so it went up and down. I put it on there like really hard. So if I had to redo it, I would probably give it some float so it could slide up and down, and then I would be able to, it would float, so the bucket would just push it. It wouldn't actually like push it to the ground, because once you push it to the ground, the wheels can't turn, and I have no ability to steer with it basically. So it had to be perfectly aligned with the road, and it does a great job of moving the snow and scraping it with, because I put like a rubber lip on there. It does a fantastic job of getting rid of the snow, but I did not have, like I said, any of that float ability, or I probably should have loaded up with cinder blocks or something to weigh it down, but I don't. And I was going to make those changes, but then on Marketplace I was able to obtain a real plow. So that's what this video is about. It's about just getting it attached, and I'm still struggling with setting the height. I have to look into like what height the back is supposed to be so that the front actually lines up with the road surface. And a lot of problems we have with the actual metal plow are the fact that all this snow that you're seeing here in this video with the wood plow has all turned to snowcrete, which is like totally ice, because it hasn't really even been above 20 degrees for like 2 weeks. So it's just solid rock basically, and we're hitting that, and it's not made for that. So I think based on what we get by the end of the video, we get a nice attachment system, and that I think will work for snow. Well, next time we have a significant amount. And then I also attached some D-rings in this. But I think this is kind of like a successful failure video. Don't expect like a grand outcome. Alright, it's too late because it snowed, and it's not going anywhere because it's been below freezing for about 2 weeks since it snowed. Even during the day. I think it got up to I don't know, 34 degrees yesterday, which has been melting some of it. But it's too late to, have this be useful. But I finally picked up a plow. We got it for 150 bucks. It's pretty bent. The scraping blade isn't straight across, and it's got some rust holes in it. But she's all about 200-300 pounds. And I think it'll be fine for my driveway, which goes out and up that big hill. You can't really see, but it's very steep up there. The neighbors like to just smash it, and I'm tired of it. I got some things that I'm hoping will attach it. They're a little late, like I said, but if I can just get it on there and do a little quick run, I'd love to push this stuff and just see how it does. Alright. So these guys go in here like that. And then I want to put the pins through it from the inside, I guess, for now. Eventually I'd like to make like a cross brace between there. But I guess I gotta maneuver it best I can between these. Alright, I don't know where we dropped off, but I bolted this first one on. And I'm gonna put this pin in these spacers because there's like a little bit of a gap here. Let's see if I can get this on there. It's down below where I want to be. So I guess I gotta jack her up a little bit more even. Try not to pinch the heck out of my hand in doing so. You can tell my hydraulics leak because it's so easy to move. Alright, now we gotta move her forward slightly. Eventually, I'd like to just, hope that this comes down without much trouble. So close. There we go. All right. Now I gotta hope I don't destroy my pin while I do this. Probably should have a washer in there, but I don't think I have more. I need those two. Okay. That should do the one side. Now for this side. This one's more passive. Bent that bad? That's probably why they don't use it. So that should be holding it, right? In theory. Now we gotta bolt these guys down. There's that. So now we gotta get this chain out and figure out how to get it to attach to this for now. Which I'm wary of because of all this block stuffs here, these splitters and stuff. Ideally, you'd have D-rings here, and that goes to that. But I don't have those right now. So I'm just going to see what we can rig up here real quick, just for a quick test. I'm just literally going to take it out and push the snow right here in front of my garage, because I can't back my transit up in this crap. So that's my plan. My hope. We'll see. Okay, I just took a ratchet strap from the bottom to the top and then linked the thing into it. We'll see if it works. Moment of truth right here. Something just went really bad up there. Yeah, that poor turnbuckle, she never stood a chance, huh? It's hard to see your angles from up there. Well, yeah, poor aluminum turnbuckle. Yeah. Alright. That went about as expected. We're hitting something up there. I don't know what it is, but it's gonna lift the whole tractor up if you let it there. We bent our little turnbuckle guy super quick. It's just aluminum, so should have figured that was gonna happen. This guy seemed to hold it pretty good. We had no ability to take the blade off the ground, so I need the D-rings up here, and that should give us something to, if we can pick the bucket up, the whole thing should come up. I'm going to look up how you're supposed to use plows, but it's cool that it hits this thing up here and it springs forward and actually kind of makes contact with the ground. I'm going to chalk this up, and then I'm going to disconnect it. We did our goal of moving the tractor back enough and have the thing, we can mess with it in here. But yeah, I went to put D-rings on this. Alright, she's rolled out. I turned her off because I didn't want exhaust in my face all day. It's really hard to clamp onto this because there's this very nice piece of angle iron here, and it's welded all the way there. I want the rings to stop at a certain point, so I'm giving them a nice edge to stop on. And the weld that holds the angle iron on goes almost halfway under this thing in the back. In the front, it's fully welded. So I think this is a nice strong area, I'm hoping. And I'm preheating it right now with this gun because it's so cold. But it's barely sitting there, honestly. I pre-painted this ring a little bit. I'm sure most of it's going to come off when I do this, but let's do it. Day. Not great, not bad. I need a brush. Need some more. Back by the sun. The sun helps and the sun doesn't. Splatter machine too. Okay, it's not that bad. For a guy that doesn't really weld anything ever in his life, it's not that bad in the front. The back was pretty bad. I could move my hand a little easier, and the sun helped me. So I don't think I'm going to grind anything out. I think it's going to hold what I'm doing for my purposes. It's not a semi-truck holding down a dozer, so I'm going to go ahead and do the other side now. Alright, there's 1 and 2. The weld's not the best, but this one's actually not too bad, honestly. And there, it looks like it separates a little bit. This one, not great either in the back. I don't know why it's so bad in the back. I'll clean it up a little bit while the sun's out, see if I can paint it. Get some solar radiation curing going. Through this grinder tool and this welder at me. And it kind of hasn't ever come back or talked to me, so weird. It's not too shabby. I don't think that's that bad. I'm gonna go get my Dremel and see if I can get these little harder to reach places. Oh, there goes all my brush. Oh, it's stuck in there. Traitor. Alright, well, I have to figure out how to fish that out of there. Yeah, I don't think those are going anywhere. Oh yeah, move the whole tractor. That's cool. Let's side first. Front side, then leave it in the back side. Seems like a plan. Alright, shake a can. Anyway, I got these D-rings because I was going to do bolt-in. We just drill a big hole. But this thing has that big angle iron. That would have never been possible. So I just figured, why not weld? I have this welder. Pretty level, so it can just drip all over the place. Who cares? Not gonna stay on there anyway. Okay, let the sun do its job. I'm gonna plug all the heaters back in. I guess the next point will be probably teleport to being back in the garage and putting the plow on it. So, not for a couple days. Bye. Alright, we're just here using the heat lamp. I already did this side overnight. I just moved it over here. I find that these heat lamps are pretty good at curing paint, so it doesn't come off so easily, especially when it's, I don't know, what is it right now? 20 degrees. I got the engine warming over here with a heater block, and the oil tank's still going. And so we should be able to start this guy up. And let's see how she works, huh? fire up. It's our rock patch. There we go. Oh, look. It's working. Alright, that was fun. Let's turn around. Oh no, our wood block broke. Oh hell. Well, I guess we're reversing back, bud. Some cool snow drifting. You all right? Woo-wee. Okay, that was something. All right, so we broke our car pretty quick there. I thought it was gonna split where the hole was, but it split in the middle there. What's wrong? Your fingers are probably really cold. Go inside. We gotta warm up. I'm coming in, okay? All right, what was I saying here? The plow worked pretty well. I could angle it and everything to actually engage. It did pretty well on pavement. Did like crap on my gravels over there, but it's in all ice and stuff. I think a lot of our problem is that we're encountering last snow's ice. But it worked really well. Throughout my driveway and went over this far. So I think once the kinks are all worked out, I think we'll be good. Yeah, it scraped real good right here. There's not a lot for it to push, but it did it. Pushed it off into the yard there. Here's the frozen walls it made previously. And like I said, up there, there's some gravel that it was hitting, but it looked like it scraped pretty good. But it does not like hitting ice. It just broke that chain instantly. Probably because, you know, it's trying to lift up the tractor on it, which is overloading this simple 2x4. Hopefully everything's not bent too much from that. But I think once we get like the rubber lip on it, get the hydraulics going so I can angle it right, stuff like that, and figure out how to get it all down where we want it to be, I think we're going to be in good shape for pushing snow. But that's the end of this movie for now.